Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Thursday night stream? Good evening Costa, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And we also have Brain Manager and Traditioner in the chat. Welcome aboard everyone. Welcome, I hope you've had a good Thursday so far. Lots of gold making, I hope. Good evening Kenny B, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, just admiring the view of Booty Bear at the moment. I do love a good sleeve. Hey there, Danny, how are you? And Mr. Spuds and Occupa and Big Andy Ox, thank you all for stopping by. And Hezekan, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Wolfsbane, everyone's coming in. Welcome one and all. Okay, we are in our usual Booty Bay, so let's go have a run round. I know we could fly, but sometimes it's nice to admire the view of our running animation. Yeah, now it will fly. This is what happens if someone comes online on time. This is very true. I am actually a bit early. Actually, I'm still a minute early, but I think we're close enough. Buying so much. Silk, are you? Jarky and Wolfsbane, thank you also for stopping by. Just missed a few. All need our daily fix. Someone yells, "Where's the boat?" How's my day been? Very busy, but good. Thank you very much. Tom Bracelet. Hey, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome on board. We are just about to start with our mailbox opening. So, without further ado, let's see what we have in the mail from today. And we have 216 items. A lot of this is expires, so let's get started with the expires. Clear out that so we can repost it back on. So the main thing we're doing here is just making sure everything's on for at least a price. Trusting that TSM is going to put it on for a decent enough price based on my operations, and then we'll check to see what kind of sales we've got and restock on those. A quick reload between mailboxes so we can speed up the process. Let's get another lot going, and we'll ignore the TSM destroying and then go into another whole mailbox full of expires. I don't think I've got enough bag space for all of these, so we'll see how many we can get on. Let's just move that over there. Better to play it on a high, low or medium pop realm. They all are different in their own kind of way, Jarky. I really enjoy a low pop realm, but some might say its markets are too slow, or you don't get enough gold coming in, enough sales. But for me, I get a nice balance of profit versus my sales, so I've been really enjoying it. But then others really get on well with the high pop server and go through a lot of turnover of gold, so it all depends on what you enjoy. Over 10,000 silk from 1.5 to 55 silver. Flipped it back on for 2.5 plus each, even though you plan to make pantaloons. Thought it was a better option. Exactly, Wolfsbane. And if it doesn't sell, you can always make it into pantaloons. So you're not really losing anything other than the auction house posting fees. Yeah, for the auction house, it all depends. I mean, the auction house can be quite sluggish on high pop realms. There's that to consider as well. Have we got anything coming in at the moment? Just an enchant ring of versatility. Okay, I'll have a quick look at silk now before I post things on, just in case. Market changes fast. Yes, this is very true, as Wolfsbane said. Good evening, Keho. How are you? Oh, look at these stacks of 200. Yes, please. I'll take those. And then what else have we got? There's another stack of 200 there at 206. Then 8 stacks of 50. Take those. And where else is the big ones? 200 at 232. I'll take that. So then let's start with here and we'll come back to that one. Hey Lizard Well, how are you? And Speaker C. Thank you both for stopping by. Let's take the 130 and the 1 of 13. Now we're starting to get to inconvenient stack sizes. 17, 16 to 20. Margins are less here at 2 gold 23. But we will take them because it still means a profit. Now I haven't done a big pantaloon shuffle. That just sounds wrong saying it. So we'll probably just leave that one for now. I'll take the 33. I mean, those 141 of 8. That's a really odd stack size. I'll leave one of these for the undercut gods. 3, 2, 1. There we are. Now, tempting. How much is 141 of 8? I mean, that's a fair amount, but the margin's so small. It's just going to take me a while to deal with. I'll think on that one. Let's post my stuff on first, because we've got a lot to put on first. So let's do that. Blood and Torment, hello, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. BfA is live in 97 hours. You'll need about 10k per hour to reach my goal. Thanks, Traditioner. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be getting 10k per hour. We are... Oh, that's interesting. The Guardian Cub price has shot up to 1.6 million. So I actually just need to sell that and we'll be done. But that wouldn't be fun. The best way is just to make this with as much as we can. I mean, we've got that's 300,000 currently posted. We've got a lot to post on here, so let's go through all of those first. We've got some good items in here. We've got some stuff that's not sold or never sold, so we'll keep on with those. But yeah, the main thing is I think even though BfA is going to launch very, very soon, the gold making opportunities are also going to skyrocket when everyone comes back and everyone starts doing new content. And at the end of every evening I'll post on the things that I've collected that day, and I've got a couple of Pastebins that have been very kindly given to me by viewers, so that's got a lot of BfA raw mats, which is quite nice to start off with. And decently raked, is that? Thank you very much for the follow. Hey Karshin, how are you? Oh, I was just speaking of your Pastebin. I tried them out earlier. Looks very nice. Thank you very much for sharing that one. I mean, you're more than welcome if you want to share it with everyone else on the stream, to link in your Pastebin online. You're more than welcome. I had a little look at it just before starting the stream. Looks pretty comprehensive. So I'm going to post, we need to pick up all that silk. Oh, look at all this silk we've got here. That's a lot of silk. Okay, so let's take the buys first. Found another good little seller, Cinderbloom. Yes, yeah, very, very useful, that one, Blood and Torment. Used for the potion of treasure finding. And Severi, how are you? Good evening to you. Right, we've got a load of silk. Like, loads of silk. What I'm going to do is just pop some of this into the guild bank somewhere where I can just place it down for now. Just empty my bag out. This is where you can use warehousing for something like this, but I'm not going to in this case because I don't want to make up a group or anything. Is it gone? Doing good. You've got 8,000 silk again. Very nice. Who's pasting in, did you say? It was Karshin's from earlier. Posted on Twitter. So if you follow on my Twitter, you can see it there. And it's basically was a... I'll swap over to it in a minute and we can have a look. It was a Pastebin of all the BfA raw mats, plus some operations for... Was it alchemy and jewel crafting and an inscription, I think. Let me have a look. I put it in a profile. So if you go to my settings, I have... This was the Pastebin. And if you go to groups, so you had BfA raw mats, which was all the different enchanting, inscription, cloth, leather, skinning, ore, flowers, gems, and cooking. And then split into that, you've got BfA Alchemy, which has the various flasks, potions. Each is the single items in each of these. And then BfA Cooking, which also looks quite useful. 18 stat and 22 stat. Plus 10 secondary. I quite like the way you've organised these ones. This is pretty nice. And then Inscription, which I don't have myself. And Dual Crafting, which I also don't have. That's a nice one. No, it's Karshin. I actually have it here. Let me find it. Which one was it? This one. I'll copy it into the chat. So if anyone, this is kindly donated by Karshin. I also have another one of just the raw mats, which was Kurt 1990 did, which is another pastebin of just the raw mats, which is another one that's also been put my way, which is that one there. So a couple of different pastebins there. The raw mats one is similar to this one. This was Kurt's one, and if you go into that, that is just the BfA raw mats with enchanting or cooking fish. So a similar kind of one, but just the raw mats is that one. So both very useful. Did I do a video on post? Oh, that's you, Wolfsbane. Thank you. There you are. Thank you for making the connection for me. I always struggle with names that are different from one to another. But yes, thank you, Wolfsbane. I know you mentioned it before. Brilliant. Thank you very much for that one. So yes, I didn't do a tutorial on importing pastebins, but it is a case of, if you're doing something like this, for those that don't know, you can make a new profile. So let's call this test blah blah blah, something like that. Create a new profile. So this profile will be completely empty. So it's got nothing in there, nothing up my sleeves. And then you go to import, export, go to import, and on something like one of these pastebins, whoops, let's move it over here. You go to where it's got the actual raw paste data, select anywhere in there, press Control A for select all, Control C to copy, and you've got that on one side, and then you paste the string into here. So you do a paste like that, and then you click import, and then the whole lot comes in. Don't worry about all this text. It kind of floods your window. Just click confirm, and then TSM will bring it in, and then you've got all the groups. As simple as that. And I missed something there. Oh, hiya, girl. Thank you very much for the follow. But you missed the first step. So if you have... you don't know if the ops are good for me. Well, that's a good thing about things. You could always just have a look at them. I haven't had a look at the actual operations myself. So if you have just one profile, you make a new one in settings. Yep, so you go to settings, and to make a new profile, you literally just click here for the name for the new profile, and you'll type that in, whatever it is you want to have, and then press enter, and it'll make a new one as well. And then you can't delete it or anything whilst you're on it. You have to move to a different one, and then you can do things like duplicate and delete one that you're not currently in. So you can delete that one, and then you go and select a different one, like say my default one, and then you can manage the other ones whilst they're not selected, and I can either duplicate them or delete them. And if you've got one of yours own ones and you want to make a backup of it, go somewhere else and then click duplicate, and it'll make a copy of it. And so then you've got a new one that's the default of that one. Good evening, Biscuit, Acid, Rain, and Kai US. Thank you all for stopping by. And McSwizzy. Same steps for to import an existing profile. Yeah, I don't know about importing profiles themselves. I'm not sure about that, but I can. But yeah, when you're importing a pastebin, that's where you do it there. Paste it when it's done. Okay, excellent, Wolfsbane. Thank you very much. You have full BfA profile shortly with all the profs in the same style as your raw mats, but it's going to take a bit of work. Yeah, it does take a lot of work, as Karshin was saying. But there we go. And Hugs Neighbour, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through different pastebins. We're going to go back to my regular one, and this is all mine, which is not as organised as yours. Kind of this one's grown organically over time, so it has some stuff in, some random stuff in, and then my shopping and cooking ones there. You should be able to use the same steps to input to a profile that you're already using, so you can add those BfA macro groups to whatever profile you already use. Yes, Max Quizzy, yes you can. When you're first wanting to look at something, then it's handy to have a new profile. Yes, that's a good point, and then you can import them into a existing profile if you so wish as well, which is quite good if you're doing the duplicate a profile. You can duplicate your existing one, import the new ones in, see how they look, and then play around with them, and if you like them you can stick with that one. That's another good way of doing it. Have you ever looked at TSM tracking posting prices? Ever looked at TSM tracking posting prices? No, I haven't, Kai. How do you mean tracking posting prices? As in it just basically keeps a log of everything at the moment when you post something on? You made 65k today. Excellent, Karshin. Congratulations. We're just going to take up a load of this whilst we're getting all our mail exported. It's got all your BfA groups set up for all materials and the main profs in charting and alchemy, but no clue how to work with the operations. Okay, you're in a high realm. Do you have any ideas you can explain what you could do? You watched my videos already. Okay, so each of the professions, I would make sure that you've got your prices of your materials set. So if something is based off the price of something else, you might have to look into how you get that thing, or how you're going to get that thing, and then that feeds into the crafting cost of something. He said custom price, number expires, times 60% vendor sale. Tells you how much you spent in posting fees since the last time you sold. Oh yes, there was that thing that Billis did, wasn't it? Which is really cool. We saw that on the last WoW Economy wrap-up that Gumdrops did, which was awesome, last Saturday. Had the details on there if you go to the Wowhead blog. Gumdrops' last wrap-up, I think, covered the same thing. Yeah, it's a really good idea. Or it's on the Reddit as well. So if you don't follow the Reddit, I'd also recommend going there. What I was saying, Biscuit, was basically just make sure that if you're going to use crafting as your minimum price, especially with the BfA stuff, have a think about how you're going to get it and what TSM thinks the material cost is. So it's really helpful to have the tooltip say what the material cost is, and then you can use that to work out whether that's going to be accurate for you. Hey Wave and Beware, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. We're just going through picking up all our expires and such forth at the moment, and we're also just talking about pastebins of BfA groups and custom prices, which is really nice actually. Custom prices is a new thing I hadn't thought about, is just having them as extra information in a tooltip based off those custom price sources. So I've already seen a couple of good ideas that people have suggested, and that was one of them, what Key just said. Is it Key or is it Kai? How do you like that pronounced? It could be pronounced either way, I guess. Run a post scan. Key, okay. Thank you. Now we're going to just post on. I've got no idea about some of these Darkmoon Fair bits and pieces. Got a big list of those to go on. So some of this stuff is I wouldn't like to say useless, because something has a use for someone everywhere, but they're certainly slow sellers in my realm. Okay, I'll let that run. Just close a couple of windows so that Mr. Potato's not going to be too stressed out. Click that, close that. There we go. Right, okay. Move that over there. Click on that. Okay, still scanning the auction house.
Yo.
That was the Booty Bay Bruiser. I accidentally clicked on him. So what else have we got coming up down here? Some tailoring bits and pieces. Mainly. All undercutting competition. Not many auctions on, to be honest. We're still selling any chance. Today will be the last day you post them for a bit. Really? I'm still selling them, both Old World and the Legion ones. The price of Legion ones and the profit margins have certainly gone down, but I'm certainly getting enough sales for me to warrant doing them. So yeah, I'm certainly going to keep doing them for now, and into BfA, because the new enchants aren't going to be coming out straight away. People have got to level their enchanting and get everything sorted. So I think there's going to be a fair old overlap as people upgrade their gear. You bought a package containing a steelbound harness and geosynchronous world spinner for 150k combined 2 hours ago, and already sold both mounts for 200k altogether. After auction house, a solid 40k profit. Very nice. Also sold 4 Kiparium rockets today, together with Primal Might and Goblin Gliders. So you're sitting at 330k profit. Very nice, Biscuit. Those are the kind of flips that can make the big money. That's something that I've not done myself, and I could imagine if I could find those bargains on my server, then that would be a very good way of making money. I know BregVids does that, exceptionally well. So if you want to see someone do that, be a master at that kind of thing, I'd recommend checking out BregVids' YouTube channel. We have got some gold in, and it's looking like a nice number. Let's take the expires out first, so we can just have a clear look at the gold. And then there's some more to come in as well, whatever those last few are. So, it was a pet. A Mulgore hatchling. Okay, that's good. The pets are such slow sellers in my realm. They are very random, and when they do sell, it's like, oh, that's a pleasant surprise. You got really slow on your server for enchants. I mean, that's fair enough. Every server is going to be different. Saw a person selling both singly in trade chat. Then he approached and asked for prices, and he gave a package counter price, which we agreed with. You can really tell people are a little desperate for gold just before the expansion. Yeah, there's all sorts of people, isn't there? And it's a question of sort of understanding what their motivation is. What is it that they want? Is it a small amount of gold? I mean, I had that with the recipe that I posted last night. I put it on for quite a cheap price of 35,000, but to me at the time, 35,000 is worth more to me than if I'd held on to it. Managed to get one for 15,000 on Sniper. Excellent. How do I get my pets to sell? Farming, flipping, or something else? I have been very fortunate, and a lot of the higher value pets have been kindly donated to me by viewers to help me on my way. Or they've been things that I've just randomly picked up during my adventures. And I literally just put them on and leave them at that. I haven't leveled any of the pets up to 25. I've not really done any pet battles, so I'm not an expert on pets. If you want experts, go check out Extoria's stream. He has some amazing knowledge when it comes to pets. But yeah, literally, it's just that. Must have been a 0-2 less. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so that's the rest of the males come in, and that's a very healthy looking 58,000. Obviously that's severely boosted by the hatchling, which has been welcomely received. Everything else is doing quite nicely. So we've got Elemental Force, Haste, Hidden Satyr. So Hidden Satyr is a good one. For a Legion enchant, that's doing very well. It's selling for 5,200 gold apiece. That's very good. So we'll have to make sure we've restocked on those. So let's take those. And then do a slash wave. And then check my mail, got all of that. Got that. Then we can check my auctions, see if anything's going to expire. And there is. A couple of masks. A few more enchants at the 2-hour mark. Might as well take those off. Just scroll through these as we go. See how many I can get before TSM wants to refresh. One more. There we go. Okay. Hey Marsper, how are you? I didn't think it was meant for that price, putting it up today, yeah, definitely. Right, okay, let's take those cancels, get those off and back on again as quick as we can, and then we can do restocks. Yep. Have a great place for dark whelping. Got 2 of them in like 40 minutes. Oh. Excuse me. Yeah, I've never actually gone out of my way to specifically farm for pets. Are warriors good transmog farmers? Ah, do you mean because of the fact that they can wear technically any class? But is that the case though? Or do only plate things drop for them? But then isn't Blizzard got the other thing where you can turn on the trivial loot for trivial dungeons or something, and so there's a chance for anything dropping, I believe. I'm not completely sure of the mechanics at the moment. Did I farm that Argent tournament pet? Or did I sell off an old one? Was that an Argent tournament pet? It was probably one of the ones that was gifted to me, so I didn't farm that one. Ah, right, they have a good AoE, you mean? I know my son's tried farming with his warrior, and he didn't get on so well with it. I do know, is it Asmongold who has a warrior, and I remember him saying he's got like lots and lots of speed boosts on it, which I think could help you. If you can get your base movement speed up, that's going to be useful for farming, definitely. The Mongol hatchling. Ah, right, was it? Okay. Legacy loot, that's it, for everything 11 levels below. Thank you, Lightning Roger. So everything below Draenor. Aha, right, that makes sense. So, which is why Draenor isn't quite trivial loot yet. And farms incredibly fast. Also, they can equip anything in the game except wands, cloth, leather and mail. Beside that, all the weapons. Oh yeah, there is that, the weapons. I hadn't considered that. They can equip everything, can't they? 6,900 for the price of Shadowweed masks. That's reasonable. And we've just sold Tome of Illusions Cataclysm, interestingly. I don't know how much for. The Legos that give boost to base speed. Yeah, there was a document going around as well for which legendaries to. Oh, there we go. There's another one. Northrend's coming out. I haven't got all of them on, so I don't know whether I'm going to get all of them. Oh no, we're getting Azeroth as well. So someone's collecting up the enchanting looks. Now I don't have the 2 rare ones. Glorious Stats is a good one. There we go. So where's my auctions? I'll have to reopen on this one. Where's the solds? Okay, so looking at these, the profits of these are tiny. I mean, the crafting cost is tiny, but the profits are also tiny. So that's why, I mean, they used to be up at 10,000. So that just goes to show how much the price on my servers bottomed out on those. I could possibly boost them back up again if I was in such a mind, but they don't sell frequently enough for me to want to do that. Have I tried to sell the potions that you make from alchemy for the Vial of the Sands mount? Yes, William, I think I do have some of them on my list. I've got Jack's list that I pulled in, and I think that's got those potions in it. Hey Evia, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Okay, we've had a good look at our auction house, which means I'm going to go now and do some restocking. So go to TSM, go to my groups, go to enchanting, take tailoring off, restock those. Okay, so the 2 tomes are there. The Soul Fibril will take off for now. There's no Shalder Eye Silk on your auction house. Wow, none at all. Oh, I missed you there. Are you saying mining, Costa? Yeah, I could probably do with going and doing some mining. And Kalo Starren, thank you very much for stopping by. You could wait up with selling Eternal Illusions, as price will definitely increase BfA with people, one, not farming old content any more frequently, and a lot of returning people don't know about them and would want them for new weapons. Yeah. First half hour, thank you for the reminder, Costa. It goes so quickly, doesn't it? Does Ghost Iron sell better than the Legion ore? It's a good seller, it certainly is. Whether it sells more than the Legion, I'm not sure. Let's see what we can do gathering wise on this. Chaos Crystals we're low on. We need some of those. And volatiles are coming from the alts. And the rest is going to be tricky. So what I think I might do actually is just take those 2 tomes out, because they can be complicated in terms of materials. I've got everything for that one, so that one's easy. What else do we need there? Just the Chaos Crystals, the Arcana, and the Sorceress Earth. So let's take that lot from the Guild Bank. Move that off. Have a look on there. Remove those 2. And then I'm not going to use the task list to do the Chaos Crystals, because I want to actually have a proper look. Let's take that off, and go to Legion Enchanting Materials. Run a shopping center. There we go. Okay, let me just have a look. What have we got? Yes, and for more, and it's a fast seller. Legion as low as 6, and Ghost Iron Ore for like 15 to 25. Yeah, Ghost Iron Ore is definitely a good one. How long am I going to be on? Oh, at least I would say a couple of hours. And good evening, Gwilyn, how are you? So Chaos Crystals, good price there at 29 gold. I'll take those 50, thank you very much. This is why I'm not using the task list, because I want to actually, if I see enough of these at a good price, I want to buy them all up, rather than the task is stop when I bought enough for my current gather. It's all about buying them when they're cheap. Good evening, Commander Bond, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. If the ore also sells for 35 to 40 on your server, won't sell as fast but still sells. Yeah, you can get some good, some of the older ores and such like. Even copper ore sells particularly well, and some of the herbs. Briarthorn does well. I got 1,000 Arcana still, so tempting as it is to get that at 2 gold a piece, the Leylight's actually more cost effective. But I've still got 1,000 of those, so I'll leave those. That's another hidden satyr, that's good. So let's just open up my mail, collect those up. Made 47k selling 24 living steel. Hadn't farmed the spirits, so that cost you 15k. Very nice indeed. You reach the stage where you've used up all your bloods and there's no motivation to farm anymore, so almost ignoring Legion enchants now. Yes, I mean it's only the cloaks, Gwilyn, that need the bloods. You can still do it for the rings and the necks, which are still selling quite well. It's the, I mean, the neck that there I just sold, the Hidden Satyr, is a good one for me particularly. I think that's going for, should be going for a decent amount. Oh no, it's actually at 1,700. So the price on that must have gone down. Maybe someone's reset the market on those, and we're going to get them for higher. Let's have a look at my crafting first. So let's craft all of these. Apparently a 16,000 profit for these. You reset 4 times the cloaks that needed bloods. Yeah, you've mentioned that before, and it has worked well for me as well. Is rather than using your bloods on the cloaks to make them, you buy the cheap ones and post them up higher. You just sold all your transmog. Wow, congratulations, Karshin. How much did you have on? Right, there we go. This lot on 122 of them. Wow. Was it the same person who bought all of those? That's amazing. I certainly don't get that much transmog sales here on Shadow Song. Really don't. Right, we can do the Tome of Illusions, Azeroth. We'll do that one. The other ones are... I quite liked it when the tomes are all together. So the Hidden Satyr is still 1,174 profit. But what actually is it now? Let's go have a look. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go to next good ones. Run shopping scan. Ah, you caught a sniper. Very nice. 2 buyers. Very nice. You also had that this week, like 200,000 of sales. Very nice. So yeah, we're going here at 287%. 1749. These probably do with being pushed up higher. 1718, and then we're up to 36 there. And then there's the line there, the 5,500. And these ones could do with possibly being pushed up, but these are the necks. If we were to look at the cloaks, which do require the bloods, if we go to major sellers cloaks, so they're at 2,000, so that's not bad. The one that isn't so good is the intellect, and I've got one on there for 889. Now the problem here is the 36 here. There's no way I'm going to buy 36 of them at 872. I mean, yes, we could push the price up, but we'd have to go all the way, take all of these out, and do a massive one on that. And I don't want to invest that much gold at this stage of the game. So I'm going to have to stick with my 312 profit that I get with those ones. And I've got 7 of them. They must be not selling that well. Yeah, last one was sold 3 days ago. Good evening, Tana. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Very well indeed. Thank you very much. It was a bit 143k. Very nice. Just checked out my beginner's guide to understanding the market. I didn't know about this. Very helpful for making new groups for your characters. Ah, excellent. Glad you found that one useful. That's an oldie but a goodie, that one. It's the ops you use to sell transmog. Very nice. Right, so let's get our enchants on. Post those on for their current price. I'm aware now that I should be moving on to other characters. So let's run through these. Ooh, now that's not good. Rich purple silk shirt is below min price. So someone's come in and gone for a super cheap price. Now I know the crafting cost is only 3 gold, and they put the minimum buyout at 499, but I know it sells for 3,000 quite easily. So let's have a look. Let's put those on. And let's have a look at that one. That does need to be addressed. Okay, so there's just... they've got 8 of them on. So that's one of my good sellers. Now I could buy all of these up and repost them higher. They do only cost 3 gold to make though. So anyone who can make this would quite easily think, okay, well if I'm going to do it for that, I'm making 495 gold profit, so I'll keep on selling them for that amount, which is an option, but then I'd have to control the market on silk, and I don't think there's really enough of it for me to be able to buy it all out, so that's not really an option. So I could either do two things here. Yeah, you just can't control silk because it's just too common. So there's two things I can do here. I could either join them at this level and post mine on and get a 495 gold profit. I mean, the last one I sold was 4 days ago, and that was for 1,162. Or I wait for these ones to be bought, but then they can quite easily buy some new ones. So it's a bit of a conundrum, really. It would be nice to be able to push these higher. I could obviously contact them. That's another option. So as I can't control the silk market, I'm thinking to post mine on for higher for my regular price, just to let this person know that you can sell them for that price. But then that would encourage other people to think, okay, well, let's get them for this cheap price because I'm still making a profit. So maybe that wouldn't work. If I was going to do that, I'd be better off contacting them. So scratch that. Let's think, do I just keep hold of mine, or do I put them on at that price? My minimum's 1,000, normal's 600. Let's try a few. Let's see what happens. Let's go and join them at the low price and see if I can make at least 400 profit, because my enchants are that low as well. So I'm going to go to my regular, it's got its own special group and operation, rich purple, and group operations. Just buy them. Yep, that is an option, Blood and Torment, and I've done that before. Hey, Cola Trolls, how are you? And thank you very much for the follow. You'd buy them and take the chance. Yeah, that is... I am tempted with that one. I've done it before and then put them on. At least that way... Now, I'm coming round to your way of thinking on this. I've done that once before and it did work, because then we put the price back up to 3,000. Saves restocking. This is true. Hey, Tribal Power, how are you? Okay, I hear your suggestions, and I'm going to go for it. There's 8 of them, so it's not massively expensive. There we go. We'll take them. We'll take the risk, and then we'll post them back on for the what I would say would be the correct price. I mean, I used to sell them for 1,500 consistently as the only seller, and then I thought, okay, well, let's double the price, and I was able to double the price to 3,000, and they still sold just as quickly. So let's see what we get here. We're going to do 3, so we're not going to do all of them on. We're just going to put 3 on and see how that goes. Someone did that with Elemental Force to you, posted at 140 at 10%. Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it? Eight of them feels like someone training their crafting rather than someone trying to establish a market. That's true, McSquizzy, but rich purple silk shirt is quite a difficult recipe to get hold of. So, but it takes space in your bank. This is also another one to think of. Thank you for the counterpoint. You're sat on 5,000 bars of ghost iron. Is it worth waiting for the BfA to sell them, as my pool will be levelling? I wouldn't try selling all of them, but I'd try to sell some of them, or at least turning them into something else. Final Melina, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And selling small sacks. Yeah, Costa's got a good idea there. Then they disappeared after 4 days. Oh, right, Commander Bud. So you never know. This one might do the same. For the people doing the daily engineering. Okay, 44 minutes. Thank you for the reminder. I've been sat here too long in the auction house and not doing enough gold making. So let's go through my tailoring. and restock on those, and we'll get those sorted out. And tailoring, restock. Okay, the bag we can't do yet because that market stalled on me until I get around to getting hold of some sumptuous fur. So let's just pick up those. Globe of water. I'm sure I had one of those. Oh, I sold it. Well, that didn't help. Okay. What was that for? Ah, the Frostweave robe. Okay. Well, I need to take that off my group so I don't sell it again. Right. Blue dye from the guild bank. Let's collect that. Globe of water. Let's have a look on the auction house. Go to the shopping, move that over, scan for that, and then I'm going to turn this off. So globe of water is actually at 10 gold. Okay, so next time don't sell them. Let's buy the one of 2. That's done. Pick those up. Open all mail. Do that, move that back. And then craft those 2. And then I need to remember, before I just have a look at chat, because I can see it's all happening on the side. Pardon me for not following it just at the moment. I'm just going to do that whilst it's in my head. That was in a mass sell group. Old world mass sell. That needs to come out of there. Remove that. And actually, it needs to go in, but I haven't got any more to do that, so I'll just leave that off for now. There we go. Let's do that. Post those on. And then let's have a look. What did I miss? Run a post scan whilst I have a look. There we go. Also have 300 trillion bars left as well, so you can make loads of living still. That's excellent. That's a lot of stuff you got there. See how they behave for a week or so before reacting strongly. Yes. Thank you very much for the heads up, Costa. That's cool. And any ideas for a Spirits of Harmony farm? Just started your Pandaria farm, but need some in the meantime. You don't fancy auction house prices? Yes, you could do Isle of Thunder or Heart of Fear. Isle of Thunder is good for 5-man druids and a monk, and Heart of Fear is okay solo. Would it be a better investment to reset the enchants than the shirts? Probably just came back in game for BfA. It would be easier to sell the enchants rather than hoping you sell a shirt before it comes back online to make some. Good point, Severi. Yeah, I haven't looked at resetting the enchants, but I know you and I did that very well last time you were on, so there's definitely a market for that. Do you think copying someone's operations and that would be worth it, or do you start basic and figure it out? Even though I'm offering my own Pastebins to people, I would still recommend building your own, even to just do a few things. Definitely, it helps you learn about how operations work, and I always recommend keep them simple to start with. You don't need to go complicated straight off the bat. Check lavish. Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. I haven't done cooking. That's another squirrel for me to do. Doing the stone dogs before gas, getting 1 spirit's lockout, but today 10 resets, got 1 spirit. Wasn't sure if it got nerfed. I don't know about the stone dogs one. Glyph market often suffers some newcomers and quick sells, but they will always flash. Ah, okay. See how they work. Change what you don't like. Yeah, exactly as Karshin said. Isle of Thunder, 5-man. And I use the ones you use in the guide videos at the moment. Oh, excellent. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, that's what I always sort of try and suggest to people is start small. You don't necessarily need to go all fancy. Once you understand it more, then that's definitely that helps. So as we were saying, I need to check on lavish because I haven't made any of those. So we're going to have a quick look at those. Lavish. Suramar Feasts at 88 gold for 1, and then 178. So that's currently got a crafting cost of 11 gold. That's a 76 gold profit. Get around 25 to 40 spirits an hour. Is that with the 5 one? Just got to pop up that 500 auctions. Use the Jonas. What's that, Costa? Is that a spelling error? You just got to pop up that 500 auctions are undercut. Ha, that's a lot. I'll use the website. Okay. Where you can load in your characters. Ah. Yes, that is a good one. Acid Rain, isn't it? And it checks with the API. Oh, that's interesting. So here would be something you could do. You could possibly make these and post them up. So I would say I would certainly buy that one and post them up higher. And what I would do here is make how many would I make? I would make them in stacks of 20s because I sold them in the stacks of 20 before. So I would make 40 or 50. So if I was to go to Lavish Suramar Feast now and add in 50, I'm going to type that in, be easier, 50, and queue that up. Then that means I need all of those. Go check now what profs is targeted. Okay, good idea. Bloodpire, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Inscription to start with. Yeah, that old one. Okay, so Lavish Feast. This can take a little while to get sorted because I don't think the task list is quite up to this. But what I would do is, looking at this, is I would actually manually look at this and break this down. Okay, I need 15 of each of the things that are on here. Now, do I have any of those on me would be my first question. So if you go to here where I've got, what's it, this one, the Barracuda one. So you take only those and you take 15. Actually, I'd probably do this with a standard user interface because then you can hover over it and see if you've got any. Because at the moment I can already make the Barracuda. I have 5 on the auction house. I have Bloodpine, thank you very much. Oh, for the sub, using your Prime, thank you very much. You've got the sub and the follow, one after the other. Thank you very much, that's extremely kind of you. Have the sub first and then the follow. Congratulations, you have the chef's hat at your disposal to use as you wish. Thank you very much for your support using your Prime. Just going through and looking at these things. Now that's what I have lots of. I overmade on the koi-scented storm ray, so we don't need to make those. So that's a good reminder. And also the Labor ribs we have a lot of. So Suramar Surf and Turf, and the other ones are the ones we need to make, and not those two. So remember that one. Yes, it does actually. You do tell the truth on that one. I forget to look down on it because I'm always looking from here and looking top right, and I forget to look down bottom left. But you are correct, it is there. But none of these are actually saying a profit to make at the moment. I've already overmade on these two. The Suramar Surf and Turf is a profit to make of these. So I would say make 15 of these and queue those up. And so what we'd do then is take off these. Actually, let's clear the queue. Queue up that, the Suramar Surf and Turf. It fails if you have the order of gatherer wrong. Oh yes, I have got the thing. I've got at the moment Guildbank first, then alts, then vendor, then craft when profitable, and then auction house last. in that list. So it's saying for me to get all of these from... Need to change those two. Which two? Oh, you got both people on. You got Mushy as well. That's confusing. Hey, Guzzlin, how are you? Catch you live. Have to say thank you for my wonderful guides and congrats because you joined the gold community. Joined the gold community real fast. Oh, that's very kind of you to say so. It's my pleasure. And craft and unprofitable. Auction house and unprofitable. You mean take those two off? I could do that. Let's have a look. Source auction house. Source that. So then I'm just going to craft these ones. Set up Samadan cooking. Okay. Oh, Sanders, thank you ever so much for the host. Very kind of you. How was your stream? Change them around. Okay. And Chrisilin, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome everyone from Sensor's stream. How was your stream? I hope it was good. We're just going through cooking at the moment, and so then it will craft them instead of buy them first. Okay, so you're saying let's go to this craft unprofitable and then buy them on the auction house. There we go. It was good. Running out of things to do, so did Transmogs. Running out of things to do. Is there such a thing? I can't believe there is. I've got so much to catch up on. I can't believe that happens. Hey, Zethus, how are you? Back to small screen. Okay. Then craft them instead of buy them first. Yeah, okay, I'm with you on that. Watch the order. You're an NA, so working with no time to watch the entire stream, but always try to see on YouTube. Oh, that's very kind of you. That's why I try to put them on YouTube, is people can watch them at their leisure. Ah, correction, getting burnt out on the usual things. Well, that's fair enough. It's good to have a break on those things. But thank you again for the host. It was very kind of you. You do that every day. Well, that's the thing. I'm slightly weird in that because I probably took a huge break in the middle, I'm enjoying all this content and I'm enjoying discovering new things that I just haven't done before. All the Pandaria stuff, all the Draenor and the Cataclysm stuff is all new to me. So I've got kind of 4 expansions to catch up on. So I'm kind of spoiled with things to do that are new and fresh. So looking at this, we need to work out how we're going to do this. So Suramar Surf and Turf, we need 15 of those. So if we were to use our new gathering options here, let's clear the queue and go back to Lavish Feasts. And we're going to go and change this to 50 again. Let's see if we can get this to work in one go. So we're going to queue this up. So now we're saying we'll look at the gathering, and a lot of this is either from alts or from the guild bank or craft unprofitable, as it says. So let's try it, because if I can use up some of my materials, that's going to be useful. Let's pop this down the bottom. A lot of things to do here, so let's have a look. Okay, got Switch to Jahwakening for some stuff. We've got buy from vendor. Aha, so okay, we need lots of the that's an awful lot of things, so we don't need that much. See, I'm not convinced this is correct. I think it's making what it's doing here is adding everything up. What we want to do is actually get things from the guild bank first and foremost, and then see where we land. So let's do that lot, because we've got cooked food that's already in here. You'll be busy. Yeah, I don't think it's quite working, is my take on this. I'm going to see what it does with getting from the guild bank. This is too much, I believe, because this did it last time. It made far too many koi scented storm rays. Alright. Okay, I think it's just gone nuts on me now. So let's just look at my bags. Okay, right. I'm going to get rid of the task list. Okay. Oh, Grizzlin, thank you ever so much. the donation. That's incredibly kind of you. Yeah, I don't think cooking in the task list is quite up for it. And Zeest with the subscription. Thank you both. That's incredibly kind of you. Zeest, the chef's hats are yours to use for your pleasure. And thank you ever so much for the donations. Thanks. You deserve it. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you indeed. It's trying to make 50 full crafts rather than 50 as a result. Yeah, I think it's basically doubling in on itself, and I don't think it's quite got it correct. So I'm going to ignore that for now. I'm going to make these as I would have made them normally. So I'm going to clear some space, because you always need a fair amount of space for this kind of thing. This is why cooking can be quite convoluted. And you can see how the task list would work really well in this case, but it's not quite working it out correctly. So I'm going to ignore those, clear those, going to pop these shirts away. Check how many crafts you're doing, try and make 5 first. Yeah, that's a good idea. You make them in stacks of 5. First stream review sub 2. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Once we've got our heads round all of this cooking. So here we are. 10's a good number, because then I can do the math quite easily on that. So looking at the cooking, that gathering list is way too much. So let's clear the queue and look at this in a small amount, because I do have some of the things here. So lavish Suramar feast. Let's queue up 10. The other way you can do it, actually thinking about it, is to use the standard interface. If you go to that and have a look at lavish Suramar feast, it's at least telling you here what you've got already, and then you can fill the gaps to at least make some. So I know here that I can make some Suramar surf and turf. Now, have I got any of those in my guild bank? I have a look, and I don't have any on me. Neither. I got 5 of the Barracuda on the auction house at the moment, and none of the Drogbar style salmon. So what I'd look at that is go, okay, what can I make here? I've got 120 of those, 57 of those. So if I then swap back to my 10, and I need 3 each of the Barracuda, the Suramar, and the Drogbar style salmon, then I could add those in. So Barracuda, where are we at? I've lost it. There it is. 2, 3, and we sold a Binding of Haste whilst I've been dallying with this. And Drogbar style salmon, 3 of those, and then koi scented storm ray we've got lots of. It's the Suramar surf and turf we want to make, so let's queue up those. Oh, we've sold the sea pony. That's cool. So those we can make. We need Pierre. Where's Pierre? Come on. Ting ting ting. Let's get to it. Let's make those. Now it's bugged out on me, so I'm going to switch to this and go to Suramar surf and turf and create all. And the Barracuda we want to make. We'll create all of those. See you in a bit. Have to finish work. Okay, Karshian, thanks ever so much. Who else did I miss? Hold on. There we go. Oh, I'm making too many of these. Stop. Stop, little pot. Stop. You're making too many. Hey, Six Moon and Lamnican. How are you both? The pet I fished up myself. Yes, exactly. Drum and Face, good evening to you as well. Good luck on the 500 undercuts. Yeah, good luck indeed. Okay, so what am I missing now for my lavish Suramar feast? I am missing Drogbar style salmon. So I need to make maybe 10 of those. And how do I make 10 of those? I need Stone Dark Snail. And Stone Dark Snail is in the Guild Vault. So let's go collect that up. Cook ingredients. The snails are there. So let's pick them up. And then we'll go back with Pierre. Go back to my cooking. Seems for the time being the task is good for reminders list, but then you have to figure out the process yourself. I think so, Commander Bond. It's not quite in a state where I would do it for a single thing, like my enchants, but when there's a multi-step process like cooking, I would trust my own judgment more than I would the task list at this current stage. So Drogba style salmon is what we were looking for. We can make 13 of them. So let's go with that. And now we can see Lavish Feast coming up here. The number we can make has stopped at 19. So we then need to look, okay, so what's missing there? What's the lowest number? It looks like it'll be the slice of bacon that's probably holding us back on that front. Slice of bacon is currently 14 silver. Let's go have a look at slice of bacon. $13 silver. I mean, that is amazingly cheap. I remember it was... Yeah, it cannot do... works fine for leatherworking, but not for subcrafting. Yeah, I agree with that. Use it for cooldowns, and that's it. Yeah, it's good for cooldowns. That's why you got 6,000 of them. I'm very surprised at the price of that bacon. Well, I'm going to stock up on some. It's a very big drop indeed. I guess people are thinking that food is just not being sold, but I think it is. I think it is. So I'm going to take these, all these ones that are ridiculously low priced. It's useful for a multi-item auction house scan. Yes, that is true actually, Drum and Face. We saw that in operation earlier. Like, how much do you need to farm in? Collection of mats is fine too, yeah. Right, it's going a little bit slow at the moment finding these auctions, so I'm not able to buy them as quickly as I would like. I want to get to that 24 of 5, and then it will speed up, because it's just having trouble finding each of the auctions and then running through them. See, that's quick. So let's go to the 24 of 5. And scoop those up, and this will give us some good bacon. Confirm those, and then I'm going to take that 1 of 65 and leave the rest. There we go. Okay, I know we've probably spent overly time doing this versus money, but I would like to get some cooking on. Don't like how it clears the item from the search results once you've bought enough to satisfy the crafted queue. Sometimes you want to capitalise on cheaply listed item. Exactly, Drum and Face. That's the one reason why I don't use it. For that very reason is if I see enough at a cheap price, I would like to buy more. You have a full material list of shopping search. Yeah, that's the other thing I've got is a cooking group, which was looking for all the ingredients. So now I can make 40 feasts according to that, which is really nice. Oh, Lamnican, that's brilliant. 4 months. Soon BfA, you're hyped. Excellent. Well, thank you very much for your continued support. Really do appreciate it. Thank you ever so much. So I do first one for the stuff you still need to craft. Yeah. That sounds good. That's what I would do as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do is make the 40 I can make and see what I'm left with and what was missing. Also found, thank you sir, you're very welcome Lamnican. If the auction house group in the task list is too big, by the time it's finished half the stuff isn't there anymore. Yeah, that's true, it can can time itself out, can't it? Okay, so it was labour queue ribs that we ran out of first. So what I will do is, where's labour queue ribs? Currently the crafting cost is 90 silver. So if I wanted to make some labour queue ribs, I can make one already at the moment. Big gamey ribs are at 56 silver at the moment. Mat cost is currently 1 gold 24. So we can create one, and that means we can actually make 3 more feasts. And then we're out of labour queue ribs and Drogbar style salmon. So we could, in theory, buy those for cheaper. But I think I'm done for now with the number of lavishes we got on. So what I'm going to do... what am I missing there? I've got enough. Yes, exactly. And then whatever to have to flip. Just sniped 2 marks of the hidden satyr for 75 silver each. Very nice, Quillin. Very nice indeed. So let's post those on. And we can also post the spare ones on as well. So let's just have a look. Oh, we've got invalid for the labour queue ribs. Not too concerned about that one at the moment, to be honest. Our spare olives, Suramar surf and turf. And our lavishes we're putting on here for 178. Which is a profit of more than that, because it's taken the min buy out of that. It's an extra 100 on that. So let's stick those on. Just got guys selling tiny red cart for 45k. Market value of 90k. Very nice sensors. Very nice. Good evening, Perkin. How are you? Region is 166k on it. Oh, excellent. So you could always move it to another server that's got a very healthy pet market and try and sell it on there. So there we are, we're done with that. Let's pop some of that cooking stuff in the ingredients section. So slice of bacon, big gamey ribs, black barracuda, high mountain salmon. All of these can go back in the guild bank. I've got some prepared ingredients there I need to use up. Jalapeno peppers, all of these can go back in. Like so. And then let's just do a sort on those. Let's reorganize them. Greetings, Prophets, how are you? And Respect, how are you? And Stannis Baratheon, how are you? Love the Game of Thrones reference. Best tips for making gold at the start of an expansion. Thinking of dropping mining and going alchemy herb to sell elixirs pots when raids come out. I certainly wouldn't recommend dropping a profession. You've worked so hard to get that profession worked up to what was 800. So if you had it maxed out and you got some recipes for it, I'd stick with it, because every profession is going to be useful. Mining is going to be useful at the start of the expansion, definitely. So people will be buying the ores and things. You're getting close to making it. Excellent, Costa. That's good to hear. Frustrating that you need to sleep sometimes. That's very true. Hey, Sentence 1994, how are you? Look at those pretty mats. I know. I quite enjoy this this sushi sort add-on. It's really handy. Aethril needs to be somewhere else, not there. Temporal crystals we've got. Sorcerer's Fire can go in there. Oh, that missed that one. The Royal Olive. That goes in there, and the Mystery Meat. And the Aethril needs to go into herbs. There it goes. And I've got some junk, and I've got some more ingredients here that I missed. The lean shank and that one. There we go. Mining would be very useful to know bars in this expansion, so that ores would be very profitable. I hadn't realised that. No bars at all. Figured the pots elixirs would be worth more than raw materials. Yeah, I think raw materials will be worth more to start off with, and then as people start getting into their professions, then it's I think you'll then get the other things coming through. Hey Tommy, how are you? Early OCD approved, nearly. Yeah, it was just those last few things that I threw on that messed things up. whilst we do have Pierre here, and I had some prepared ingredients, let's see what we get out of that. We get some seed battered fish plate. Okay, interesting. I'll leave that on me for now. Okay. We spent way too long on the auction house and not going out and collecting more gold. So that done, and that theorizing done, we could probably do with having a look to see if there was any bloods. We got some wildfire eggs there. We've got some order hall resources we could probably do with trying to get. There's a Centinex nether shards there. That could be useful to get. Let's have a look at the map of Azeroth. Any Bloods missions that look worthwhile? No, none at all. Okay, so what I think I'll do is I'll leave those order hall stuff for now and go straight into other characters and see how they're getting on. Hey Bo, how are you? Nice to see me close the gold target. We're on to the last million. Thank you very much. I'm doing very well here, thank you. I'm literally just going through our characters. So, a quick check. Let's go through for Erfen first. Stannis, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you. So, next things we need to do. Check for any expires. I don't really have much in the way of leatherworking on at the moment, so not really expecting any sales there. We do need to go and get some sumptuous fur though. That is a thing. Because it's stopping my hexweed bag progression. But the thing is, that will take me quite a while to sit there and farm it, and we don't need to listen to me doing all of that during the stream, so I'll do that another time. I'm going to quickly swap to someone else. Yep, I could check the auction house, see what the price of the sumptuous fur is. I think it hovers around 3 gold for my server, which is okay. I've been waiting for the trader, actually. I've got the garrison resources for the trader. That's what I really need to do. 5 gold on yours, okay. How long have I been doing this for, Phoenix? Good question. I'm coming up for a year, I would say, since I started my wanting to make gold for tokens. And then I started streaming and putting stuff on YouTube back in September last year, so that's coming up for a year as well. Okay. Oh, the 5 million. No, the 5 million was starting in middle of May. And then, although I did have 900,000 on me when I started that. So I'm kind of making about 1 million a month at the moment, focusing on the gold for the mount. If you have a look at my chart, you can see my progress over the last few months. If I do chart, you can have a look at what I've been doing over the time and how I've earned my gold. Is basically doing professions. Just going to check my auctions. Everything else is okay. So let's run a post scan. Anything else that we were missing? It's just those expires really. Let's get those on. 332k mail openings, always nice, very much so. There we go, get some elixirs on. And a few other bits of transmog stuff. That's above max price. I think that's artificially inflated, that one. Always interested in how much others make. You started with 190 2 weeks ago. Now at 260 liquid, 500-600 in stock, and 1.1 million in auctions. Transmogs are terrible to sell. You love the gold making. Yes, that's exactly. That's how I started. I thought transmog was the way forward, and then I quickly realised it just sells so slowly for me, and then it snowballs from there. And once I hit the target, am I going to immediately buy them out, or am I going to stretch the target so you can still have some capital to continue the money making? Yes, Drum Face. I think I'll try and go a bit further so I've got the capital. Did I check into the water walking potions? Yes, I believe I did. I do believe I've got some on. Let me just double check that though. My auctions. Water. I've got the water breathing. I don't appear to have the water walking ones on. Okay, let me just double check. Only wild card you got up your sleeve to make some gold whenever you can sell it is a chromatic sword. Well, it's a good one, Stannis. You know, anything like that will certainly add to your coffers. Oh, just press the wrong button. So let's have a look. Water walking. Water. So we've got a Draenic one, which is the crescent oil, and we also have. That's the only one there is, water walking, unless there's something I'm missing in Unlearned. Elixir of water walking. There's that one for ethereal oil. I'm missing that from Northrend Alchemy Research. By the way, am I buying the shirts from Old Dalaran and Dungeon and Old Hills? I did try the Old Dalaran shirts. But the thing I had with that one was they just didn't sell on my server. I tried them for a while, but no luck unfortunately for my server. It's the same with cookies when I tried doing those. Even though transmogs are bad to sell right now, the process of farming, for example, it's pretty relaxing. That's fair enough, Phoenix. I mean, if you find it enjoyable to collect them. So your dwarfs have to swim. Okay, you go for the Draenic one. Okay. So we have got Draenic water walking elixir, which requires Blind Lake sturgeon flesh, which is the alchemy of Draenor, which we can go and fish quite easily. I've got plenty of Blind Lake. That's 1 gold 19, and the elixir is 6 gold to make, so it's a 41 gold profit. Okay, so let's have a look at that on the auction house. Shopping. Let me just move that to the side so I can get that back up again. Water walking elixir. Let's shift click that and do a search for it. What have we got? 1 gold 19, 5 of 20, 1 of 42. The mat cost is coming in at 99 silver, which is the market value, so we're slightly overpriced, but not by a much. So we can take at least some of these to give ourselves a bit of a stock. It's not going to cost me too much. And then let's move on out. So what's my way to make my alchemy cooking? Usually only laid your hands on blacksmithing, engineering, transmutation yet. Yes, for me it's enchanting's my biggest seller on Samadan. Enchanting, cooking's done me really well up until recently, and then it's really tailed off. Tailoring's a consistent filler. Leatherworking, skinning I haven't really bothered with much, and then alchemy's been really nice, especially when tied with herbalism and my elixir master here, or on the transmutation master I've got on my other character, Elmorte. I really like it, alchemy. Hey, Enjoy, how are you? Can't spend the time for it. No, it would take too long, wouldn't it, Costa? Another trial of Star Comet could explain the influx of rich purple. Good idea, Commander. Although I thought if someone was going to put them on, they'd put them on for hire. Okay, so what we want to do is have a look at this water walking. Oh, I want to do one of these whilst I'm here. And then, what do we get? Volatile fire times 14 again. That's cool. So we'll clear that. We're going to look up water walking elixir. So let's see. Stack sizes of this. I would probably imagine we'd want to do them in stack sizes of 20 for someone who wants to use a lot of them. So I'm going to make 35. So that allows me to do some partial stacks and also get some procs as well. So let's craft all of those for now, as we can make them. See if we do get procs with those. Maybe not. Nothing so far. We need to make this into a group as well. So having new expansions coming out. Can't wait for BfA. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This is my first expansion launch since Wrath of the Lich King. So it's been a long time coming. Alright, not getting any procs on those. Let's just leave that going for the moment. Oh, what was that? Actual one, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, Wrath was a good one. I can't remember the actual launch of it, the actual event. But I do remember. I remember more Burning Crusade coming out. I can't remember the actual launch events though, because it was back when you had to get it on CD. He was 30 minutes behind world first max level. Wow, respect. That's pretty amazing. Yeah, I was never that hardcore. Or was the Wrath event where people had to collect resources? I can't remember, Phoenix. Just check your map to have a ton of the Draenic water walking. Guess you know what you're doing. Okay, sensors. There we go. Pretty good. Still have the Burning Crusade launch. Tabard has an active effect. Oh, brilliant, Drum Face. If you need a lot of the fish from Draenor, you should set up a shipyard. If the fish is too expensive, takes time though. Ah, yes, the Gold Queen had a really good guide on setting up your shipyard. I've only barely started mine. I really couldn't get into it, to be honest. But I can understand how you'd want it set up, definitely. Oh, thank you, RPG Cadra, for the follow. Very kind of you. Gonna miss the first week off to Cornwall, but for the week for your sister's wedding, not the best timing, but family comes first. Exactly, Tana. You know, a good wedding always trumps that. Opening for Ankiraj was resources. Ah, right. Okay, 6 million. Hey, truly insane. How are you? Okay, we're looking at alchemy at the moment. So we are going to put this in our dipping for elixirs mass water group. We do actually have it here, actually. Draenic water walking elixir. It's already in, interestingly. Now, why is that not in a crafting operation? It should be in a crafting operation of 10 of each. Okay, there we go. You got a wedding next week and then a wedding the week after. Wow, Big Auntie, 2 in one go. On Thursday. Hey, right one too, how are you? Incoming. I got you this time. How are you doing? Thanks ever so much for stopping by. If I didn't play back then, remember some event. Hey, thank you, Karali, for the follow. Very kind of you. What server am I playing on? I am playing on Shadow Song on EU. So I'll post these on. I must have put them on and forgot to restock them. Let's just go and do that. Oh, there's another one. Is there a right one too? There we go. Fair warning. Thank you ever so much. Hey, Gumdrops, how are you? Thanks ever so much for the host. Extremely kind of you. How was your stream? I hope all was good. Good evening, Seahorse. How are you? Good evening, everyone who's come in. Let's see some Gums love in the chat for those that have it. Thank you ever so much. Spam chef's hat if they start. Doing well, thanks. Hope I am too. Yes, very well, thank you. We are sitting on... I was looking at my gold there, thinking 4,600 is my gold tally at the moment, but no, we're over 4 million, so we're just going for the last million. which I think we worked out I need to make 10,000 an hour before BfA comes out, which is going to be a pretty steep order if I can make it to 5 million by the time BfA comes out. But I think we're going to be all right. I think it'll be shortly after BfA releases by the time we get that. We're just going through our characters at the moment. Thank you, Enjoy, for the link. And welcome everyone who's come in. If you don't know me already, my name is Samadan, and like Gumdrops, I make my gold through professions. And the main ones I use, I haven't got all of them yet, but I do enchanting, tailoring, and cooking and fishing on my main character. And then I've got my alt here, Jahwakening, who does Elixir Master Alchemy and Herbalism. And then I've got Elmorte, my Death Knight, who does the Transmute Mastery, Alchemy and Mining. And then I've got a Death Knight who does Leatherworking and Skinning, who's sadly very much neglected, and I haven't really done anything with him. But those are my characters. Just currently going through and seeing how everyone's got on. The main character I want to check on, though, is Elmorte, who's having some good sales with the Transmute Alchemy. So we're going to pop over to him and have a look. Herbs, exactly. I do love going out and collecting the herbs. The vanilla ones are selling amazingly well. Briarthorn on Shadow Song is going for over 60 gold, which is crazy. And a lot of the Cataclysm herbs are also selling well. And I quite like going around and collecting those. Hey Deboding, how are you? Doing very well, thank you very much. We did sell the plans. So there we go. Now I did consider whether I should have put those up for a higher price because it was a rare drop. But for my purposes, I'm happy to put that 33,000 to good use and stick those in my coffers. Thank you, Conras, for the follow. Very kind of you. As I don't have any blacksmither at the moment. And Stronber, thank you also for the follow. That road to 5 million is amazing. Thank you, Anjoy. It's very kind of you. So we're going to take that gold. Thank you very much. And we're going to send the bulk of that to Samadan. So gold-wise, we'll send 30,000 and keep 4,000 ourselves. 1,000, add the G, make it into gold, and then collect my contacts, go to Samadan, and send that. There we go. What would I recommend? What profession would I recommend to make some gold? Really don't want to pay for your subscription. Well, actual one, I've always been a fan of enchanting. I would say it's one of the strongest professions I personally have enjoyed using. Although I'm not an expert on all of them, they all can make gold in certain ways. At the beginning of BfA, I would certainly recommend one of the gathering professions like herbalism or mining. He finds it very enchanting. Exactly, truly insane. And there's still things I haven't done with enchanting as well. I don't tend to sell many of the pets, and I haven't got all the tomes of illusions. There's a couple I still haven't got, which would be useful. Posesis, thank you very much for the follow. Very kind of you. So I'm just going to check my auctions that might be due to expire, and if needs be, we'll do a quick cancel scan on anything I might be missing. Now my balance, as far as I know, was I have quite a few spirits, but not much in the way of Trillium, so I might need to go and get hold of some. Oh wow, did I, Costa? Thanks for noticing. 2,500 follows, that's amazing. I hadn't thought I'd get that milestone. And I just recently passed 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, so that's completely blown up. So thank you everyone for all your follows. It's really, really appreciated. And Pyrohydra 666, thank you also for the follow. If it all made a tune on your server and bought an item, you could get a nice boost. Yes, right one too. Interesting idea. What alchemy stuff do I focus on? For transmutes, I use the living steel and the true gold as my main money makers. Elixirs I'm not quite so sure on yet. It's a new market for me. But if you use Jack's website, dipping into WoW Gold. He's got some lovely lists on alchemy. Let me put the command in there. So Jack the Dipper, Frequenter here. Hop hop, on the bird to the balloon. Thank you, Custer. Thank you for the reminders. How much Trillium have I actually got before we go off and do that? Let me just check. What are we doing with Riddle of Steel? Yeah, it's the Trillium we're missing. Currently at 550 gold, so it's too expensive to buy, really. So we're going to go off and get our Ghost Iron. So I can do that whilst also... oh no, we're looking at the wrong icon. I need to go over this way. And then we can do some Ghost Iron farming whilst I have a look at chat. There we go. I'll run through this as quickly as we can. Thank you, Commander Bond, for the congratulations. Started being old, you chose inscription. The glyph market was so dead. Now you're selling at least 10 to 15 glyphs a day. Yeah, Perkin, the glyphs are very good. I would really like, I'd really like to get into that market. That's about 800 Ghost Iron ore. Okay, so that's a fair amount. Let's see what we can do. I'll follow my route, which I already have. I've got some mist-piercing goggles already, so that should help me with collecting up a few things. It helps if I can actually land. And we need some Dark Moon Firewater to speed up the process. There we go. Don't think I'm going to make it. No, it's probably going to be quite a lot of Ghost Iron ore. But we'll see what we can farm. It's a nice route to go around this one. There's plenty of Ghost Iron ore without having to travel too far. And I can follow my route fairly easily, as long as I don't crash into too many trees. There's some. Let's pop down and collect that up. What add-ons you use to make your route? It's called Roots. Donkanage. It's quite an easy one to use. It's part of, yeah, you can use GatherMate 2. The add-ons I've got, if I bring them up here. So GatherMate 2, GatherMate 2 data, and Roots are the ones I use to do this. And my map has got all the routes on there. So you can follow the route, and you create the route and then follow it around, and it's kind of like the most optimal route it can do. It's found out routes from one of my last few scenes. I love it. Yeah, it's really nice. Really enjoy using it. There is a heads-up display you can do as well. And last time I did this, you attacked me. So let's see if I can do it sneakily before you get me. There we go. I did that one. We're also leveling up, which is also quite nice. So we're going to follow this round and then collect up. All the stags are just standing there, observing. Do I combine alchemy with mining? Yes, I do. On my Transmute Master, this character here, Elmorte, who's currently level 83, yes, I use the... It's quite convenient to have a miner and a transmute alchemist on the same character, because that way you don't really have to bother too much with, you know, sending all the things between each other, because there's quite a few intermediate things. One time you're doing smelting, and then the next time you're doing transmutations, so it helps if you can do the chain all in one go. Beast Midox, thank you very much for the follow. Or is it? It's down here. Once you get higher level, Ghost Iron ore and Trillium in the Vale of Eternal Blossoms is really good. You got way more Trillium than in the Jade Forest. Oh, okay. So I just need to be a bit higher level, because at the moment I think I'd struggle with some of the higher level zones. But yeah, that's a good idea. Your new main character in BfA will be feral, but I have a little problem. Create male or female Night Elf Druid. If that's all you've got to worry about, I mean, I love Worgen. I'll throw that in there. Worgen Druids are awesome. Oh, there's loads here. Look at that, three popped up at once. So we'll start with that one. What would I recommend combining enchanting with? I've always had enchanting with tailoring, which has worked out well for me at the moment. Although saying that, enchanting can be paired with a lot of things, really. It can be paired with jewel crafting. I mean, anything where you're making something. The thing about making stuff to then disenchant is you can easily make it on another character and then send it over. Because I do that with the leatherworking. I can send the things over to be disenchanted. It does make it slightly more convoluted, but tailoring has always been a good one for me. Do I have any heirlooms for some XP help? Yes, I do, right on 2 actually. I think I've got the full set. Now, one thing I really do wish I had is a fishing rod, because I'd be fishing here as well. I don't have it on this character. I've got it on Jahwakening, and Samadan's of course got the underlight angler. Where am I missing that one? There it is. There you go, that one. Your alkeys are transmute martyrs and for the sky golems. And engineers. Ah, yeah, that's a good idea actually. Getting the engineer as well. Okay, got another one down here. You don't need a fishing rod anymore. Just click and you auto use a stick. Really? But I haven't actually learnt the... they took that away and missed. Did they really? Which profession would you say is my most lucrative? By far is enchanting. It has done me really, really well in Legion. Let me just try this stick method. Yeah, I don't have... I don't actually have, I don't think, the fishing skill. So I need to visit a trainer to learn fishing before I can do anything. About time you get off work. Excellent, Karshin. Well, I hope you have a safe journey home. Bought mats for 8 true gold, ended up with 12. Nice 5k worth of procs, very nice indeed, Drumface. That's what you like, getting those procs on the high value end of things. Just find some more things there. Just been playing for a few weeks and still trying to figure out how to make gold. Well, I hope you enjoy the journey. It's a daily discovery for me. There's always something to learn with making gold, and I'm really enjoying it. Oh, you're already home, Karshin. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, let's just have a little fly around this area. And mostly gold with mounts. Interesting, Perkin. Yeah, I haven't really investigated the mount market much. It just takes some time to farm, sell a bit slow, but much faster, consistent sales. Well, that's the thing really, is consistency, I would say, wins out. I would always recommend that over anything else. Fishing them obviously there and making fish cakes, sell not great, but okay. Use it for quest turn-ins for rep for the people there. Aha, okay. Useful to know what they use them for. Have I read anywhere about the making of bars, smelting changes? No, Scorchane, I haven't. What's that about? Forget the name. You can get the mounts of them and the dual panther recipes. Oh, right. Well, that's definitely worth investigating. Right on 2. Thanks for the tip. Yeah, definitely go with that. Right, where are we at? Go this way, and then there's another ore over there. Is it a good way to level up with farming? Not really. I mean, I'm getting 3,000 XP with these, so I'm not. When I was focusing on leveling Elmorte, I was using different methods, which have since obviously been nerfed. So I can't use those now anyway, like dungeon boosting. But for me, leveling is a second priority to actually doing the actual gathering at the moment. I have to go all the way around that mountain. Didn't really help. And I was having issues with grabbing mails in the mailbox recently. I know a few people have had issues. I haven't myself personally, though. Oh, can't use my mouse. Let's just move that. Where's that one gone? Oh, it's up the top there. Oh, my mouse has gone. Hold on. Wiggle it around a bit. Hopefully you can get some traction. Let's go over to a different area of my desk. Hold on. Come on, mouse. Stuck at the bottom. It's all jittery. Oh. Come on, Mr. Potato. I've got a dead mouse. There we go. Must have been a hair or a bit of dirt or something. There we are. What did I miss on the chat? Hey, Baron Lovett, how are you? Because you have a level 104 character that you could level up. What was that for, Phoenix? Did I miss something? Or is it a good way to level with farming? Yeah, I think invasions is still a good way if you're going for that. Is it Oreo again? Yeah, no, he didn't. He didn't this time. But he's certainly full of hair. All right, let's go up and over. Follow this round. See if there's anything in this one. Yep, there is one somewhere. There it is. Luckily the mouse has survived another day. Am I still on track to hit my goal? Unlikely, Lucid Fox. I think I'm basically just run out of time to get it. But I think with this last run for the last million, I think we're at least going to be close, so that when BfA hits, the last amount isn't going to take too long to get at all. From my calculations. At least invasion is the best way, especially if you have a lot of ults to be able to do them. Yeah, I think invasions from 100 to 110, invasions are the way to go if you can. Assuming they still work. Which one? That's good news or bad news. Here's someone else having issues. Means you probably can't fix it and just start from scratch in your setup. Ah, right, okay. Not good to hear. I wonder what the issue is. If you can always post it on the Discord if it hasn't been logged already. Fast loot add-ons. Ah, yes. I do hear there are problems with fast loot add-ons. I mean, I try to keep my add-ons to a minimum simply because Mr. Potato is a potato. And so that's something I always consider. And so I probably get less conflicts than most because I'm running minimal ads. And then the Darkshore quest, give them some gear. Yeah, the Darkshore quests are really good, I hear. I haven't actually bothered with them myself yet. That's mainly because I'm having so much fun making gold. I haven't bothered with gearing. And I figure when BfA comes out, there's going to be a fair amount of new gear coming in quite quickly. The more people play BfA, less will play Legion content, so it's short-lived, I think. Yeah. I do love the music in Pandaria. It's really nice. Oh, gone off course. Hold up. Let's play back to my route. What have we got here? There's another rich one there. Take that one, thank you very much. And we'll carry on round. I mean, this is a big zone, so I'm having to fly a little bit to get all these ores. Yeah, I like Pandaria. I never experienced it as an actual expansion, so I'm probably biased because I'm getting to do all the fun stuff without any sort of time gates. Although, saying that, I still have to do all the reputation things. And I will have to do this on multiple characters. Wouldn't waste too much time doing the Darkshore quest. Gear is going to be replaced very shortly. Yeah, that was my thinking as well, that it wouldn't take long to replace them. Oh, it's where you started raiding, was it? Ah, okay. There's another one down there. Yeah, I think so. Pandaria made you quit for a couple of years. Interesting. Counterpoint to that one. What was it about Pandaria that you didn't like at the time? Hey, Shotter, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Very polarizing expansion. Yeah, I hadn't heard. I've heard mainly fond memories than not so fond memories. But you never know. Maybe my perception of it is biased because I'm obviously looking out for the positive ones more than anything else. There was one down there somewhere. There it is. How are we doing for time? We're doing alright at the moment. So I think we're getting a good amount of ore so far. I haven't actually checked the amount of ore, but we are getting a decent amount. A lot of people just jump the hype train of bashing video games, screeching about their deaths. Oh, right, okay. There is that, wasn't there? There was a period where people... I think, was that the same time that subscriber numbers went down? Or was that Walls of Draenor time? One side loved it because of the atmosphere and the great storytelling. The other side says it wasn't WoW anymore. Pandas don't pretend into this world. Yeah, I guess so. But then Chen Stormsout has been in Warcraft 3, so he's always been part of the lore as an exotic character. So you quit raiding and enjoyed it some more. So maybe it's just down to what was going on in your life at the time. Keep a look out for war scouts. War scouts, okay. What's a war scout when it's at home? Belong, not pretend. Alright, okay, Phoenix. Ravenx, thank you very much for the follow. Right. Everything's in a cave over there, I think. I won't bother with the cave because I'm slow inside. I'll stick to my outdoor movement speed. Panda Playable Champion, Warcraft 3, Frozen Throne, yes. That was it, wasn't it? I can see something here. But where is it exactly? There it is. I could do with picking up these flight path points as well. Thank you for the reminder, Costa. 1 hour 51. So we're looking at this. We want to get a little bit further around my route before I check on my gold amount, and then we'll work out what we're going to do next. Farhadith, thank you very much for the follow. Let's have a look. This is a nice area, these waterfalls. That's really nice. I'm going to have to get fishing though. Don't think there's a fishing trainer nearby, is there? They're probably back somewhere else. Let's have a look. Maybe where's that big area where they have them all? In Karasang, there might be. Okay. Pandaria fishing trainer. I'm just wondering where it might be. Let's have a look what we're doing Ghost Iron ore-wise at the moment. We are at 131, so we still need to keep going. Dawn's Blossom. Oh yeah, there is Nat Pagel, isn't he? He's down. Now, that is down. Now, I've got this one. Down here. Down here somewhere is Nat Pagel. That's just 2 living steel at least. Okay. Well, that's something. Let's head down that way, because I know that area. We'll kind of bypass the route slightly and pick up any ore on the way. But we'll head in a general southwest direction. I haven't heard anything devoting actually. It's been very silent. I've tried contacting them via quite a few methods. I did hear that there is kind of like they're not very good at keeping in contact with people. No Mr. Potato 2 before BFA? Sadly, probably not. I need to... there's a friend of mine that's got an old PC tower that he's willing to give me. So that will solve my case issues. And then I need to save up for another graphics card for Mr. Potato 2. That's the next big thing. And graphics cards are very expensive. How many transmotes do you get each day? Well, on daily cooldowns, they all share the same cooldown. So the main problem is procs, and it depends on how much you're making something of that time. So it's not really a daily amount per se. I missed something there. Where's that? There it is. Because Riddler's Steel, like you said, is unlimited. Just down as to how much you got. GTX 780 is very good. 1080p card and 80 quid. That's quite cool, Bolton. I've got currently a 750 Ti. I am looking towards a 1050 Ti as the next upgrade for Mr. Potato. So I'm hoping to go, quite significantly better with Mr. Potato 2.0. Who's this down here? Just out of curiosity. I thought there'd be someone fishing here. Someone's missing. There's a campsite. Maybe they fell in the pool. There's lots of pools here. We already have a CPU. We've got an i5 something, kindly donated by Jack. And we've already got the motherboard. So those two things are... Ooh, what do we get there? Oh, really? I got level 84 just by exploring. Fantastic. Yeah, and we'll get some ghost time whilst we're here. Who are you? Retired exchange guard. Okay, that's cool. Thank you very much. Hey, Caffeinated, how are you? What have we been focusing on for making gold here at the end of Legion? We are currently doing some Pandaria transmutes. We are also still doing our enchants. That's been a good thing. Where are we at? Okay, let's head straight south, I think. There's another flight path down there. I'll bypass it for now. I'm running a 1080p monitor. No, I'm not. My resolution is... where is it? Say 1360 by 768. So, and that's being downsampled to 720p whilst I'm streaming. So the stream's coming out at 720p. So that is one thing to my advantage, not having a high resolution monitor. Although in the future I would like to upgrade that side of things as well. Because currently, as you know, I'm sat on the floor using my family TV as a monitor. And then I've got a side monitor, which is a little Dell one I got off eBay for £40. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Oh, what did I miss there? Right one too. Patch. Is that patch changes? I can't quite see that. You have a question? Are the items you have on the auction house slow or way down on sales? On your server, everything has come to a grinding halt just about. Have they, Ogre Interestingly, I'm still getting sales. They're not as high as I would have liked. Obviously, without cooking, that does give me a problem. There's a mailbox there. Why is there a mailbox there? Okay, where are we headed? Karasang Wilds. Let's have a look at this. This is new to me. There's a whole load of things down here in the water. So let's go see if we can swim easily. There we are. Annette, thank you very much for the follow. You're very careful with my money. Yes, I try to be. Although my wife would probably disagree with that. I tend to gaming on a TV. Yeah. I mean, Mr. Potato is pretty old, and I try not to spend unnecessarily. Madness. Yeah, it is. I work in animation, Lucid Fox, so I do all things to do with 3D. I've been working in it for many, many years, so I've done everything from commercials to films to computer games. So there's lots of things I've done all around sort of 3D. Lion's Landing. Where is the Nat Pagel end? It's around here somewhere, isn't it? Is it this? This looks like a fishing thing. Let's have a look. Anything we would know? Probably not. Just animate. I use Cinema 4D. I've used Cinema 4D. I've also used my main 3D app of choice is Maya, which is I've been using for many years. I've also used 3ds Max. Who have we got as a fishing trainer? Anyone? Anyone? Bueller? We can get a fishing rod here though. Let's try that. Even though we don't really need one. We need to actually be... Let's get the trainer going. Where are you going to be? Anglers. One of you has to be a fishing trainer. Mailbox. Let's go on that now. Hey, Caffeinated, how are you? Fellow artist? Yeah, indeed. You're a 3D artist by trade. You lean towards more illustration. Excellent. Good to hear. Next to the boat, Pat Angler. Okay, thank you very much. Which boat? This boat? Or how many other boats are there? Just one boat. You. You make 3D game assets with stylized hand-painted textures. Oh, very nice, Baron Lovett. That's very much like the World of Warcraft style. Okay, other boat to the left. There's a boat. Okay. Who have we got? Master Spear Fisherman. Okay. With the umbrella. Haha. There we go. Another boat. Angler's Quartermaster. You can train in as well. Aha. Thank you very much. We got there in the end. There we go. So, well, let's do Pandaria, Outland, Cataclysm. There we go. We are ready. I think I'd like a rod anyway, just whilst we've got one. So then we've got one, and then I need to make one into a keyboard hotline, not the fishing rod actually, no, not that. I need to do it in my skill, fishing skill. Fishing goes in here, and I need to keybind that. What do I think of Unholy? I've not really tried Unholy Death Knight actually. There's Blood Death Knights I'm really enjoying. Or did I miss a few things? How can you get the crafting costs from accounts 1 crafters to account 2 bank alts? I'm not sure, Frodo. Do you have to export everything and bring it in? They're nerfing the dots and the burst isn't as much as it once was. So they should brush up on Frost. Yeah, I hear Frost is good fun. I haven't tried it yet. But I do like Blood, very robust. So it looks like we've got a load of daily quests here, but I don't want to go too much into a squirrel hunt here. I was here for the Ghost Iron Ore, so I'm going to carry on for the moment. You have no crafting costs on your bank alts account too. Okay, mining, smelting, transmuting. Thank you, Custer. I got sidetracked onto fishing. So let's just have a quick look. Let's see, get a few more. Get these going. Okay. I might get away with account sync in TSM settings. Okay, that's a good idea. I've not really tried that on... I don't have 2 accounts myself, so I've never really sure what the issues might be with those. But yeah. It's okay for 5 minutes. Thank you, Costa. Then you have to do imports of the groups that you want. Right, okay. Let's have a look. Let's carry on with some mining for now. See what we see. Let's carry on. The same It's not about the groups, it's about the crafting cost. Ah, yes. Have you got custom materials? Oops. Apologies. Forbade. Let's see if I can pull you in. Hold on, where's my button mashing? There we go. Drop that down. Mash that. Do that. There you go. Jumped a bit too far. So now that we're a heady level 84, I wonder if there's any more zones that will open up to me that I could quite easily run around. This is a bit stormy and desolate, this area. Oh, another. See, this slows me down doing combat. I'm not very fast at the moment. I'm having trouble with the mailbox. Just deleted your cache folder. It's now working properly. Okay, Trillion Same. Thanks for finding the solution. That's good to know. Yep, the WoW Economy Discord can certainly answer your questions if you have a specific one. It's very, very active on there. Yes, good point as well, Costa. Thank you also for sharing the solution. There's a boat here. What's that boat doing there? Okay. Saying it reminded me of something that was hilarious today. Putting out Wendy's and 70 station wagons in front of me. Had the bumper, so kind of said, "That's a Butte, Clark." Thought I'd gone crazy. That's a Butte, Clark. I don't get it. Why is the making chopper so expensive still? I thought most of the mats are cheap and easily farmable. I don't know. Is it hard to get hold of in terms of like the actual pattern for it? Pattern? Recipe. Where is that? Is that under the water? I hate it when they're under the water. Here they are, over here. Ah, Chevy Chase movie. National Lampoon's Vacation. Ah, right, I haven't seen that in years. I can't remember the quotes from it. I do remember it. Ah, right, so you need Valiance, keep exalted. Okay, so that's going to be hidden behind the rep gate. Okay. Remember it being a right rip snorter? Yeah. It was at the time, I remember it. Oh, what were these portals for? Don't think I've ever been to this area. I've never quested here. So I've got no idea what the storyline is going on here. It looks like a bit dangerous though, so I'm not sure how easily I'm going to mine around here. There's a rich deposit though, so I'll take that. Thank you very much. So when talking to his screen, okay. Have you tried out the route in Talong Steps? You love that one. Mainly a place for Horde Alliance to fight. Was it? Okay. Talong Steps, where's that? Pandaria. Dreadwaste, Kunlai, Talong Steps. Oh wow, there is loads there, isn't there? It's a bit of a slightly higher. Oh no, 83 to 90. I could possibly do that. That's 84 to 90 in Dread Wastes. Okay. Well, let's just carry around a little bit longer. Let's head in this general direction, and then we'll see if we can catch anything on the way up. Back to Valley of the Four Winds. We need to get our farm set up as well, so that's another thing to remember. So many things that I want to do on all my characters to flesh them out some more. Remember how you made all your money in Kata going up and down the river, Eldon farming volatile life? Yeah, that must have been painful. Oh, looks like we've got some someone much higher level than me. Level question mark question mark. There we are. Wondering if you should level from 110 to cap purely off farming herbs and all. The XP they give. That would be good. Days on end with a cat on your lap. Fantastic. It still works. Those mats sell well for Via the Sands. Yeah, they do. Hey, Captain E, how are you? Oh, Tromba. Thank you very much. Oh, no. Hellrider has gifted subs by multiple ones. Oh, my word. Thank you very much. Thank you for gifting subs to... Hold on, there's loads of them. Thank you very much. That's amazing. That was loud. Hellrider, thank you ever so much. That's one to Tromba, Kuza, Tana, Hindsight, and to Nightbot. That's amazing. Thank you, Hindsight. That's incredibly kind of you. Nightbot has a sub. Thank you. That's amazing, your support. For all those that now have a load of Chef's Hat, including Nightbot, thank you ever so much. But thank you, Hellrider. That's amazing. It randomly selected Nightbot. That's brilliant. I need to do a giveaway now for Nightbot. I'm waiting on some orders to come through from QWERTY, and then I'll be doing another giveaway. I'll sort that one out. But thank you. That's amazing. Oh no, missed the T-Petic. Thank you also for the follow. Hey, Sparks, how are you? Sorry, I nearly read that as Spanks, but I caught it in time. I'm doing very well, thank you very much. We're just having a little ghost iron farm at the moment, following our way up to the north, just to see what else we can get. And then, I'm in combat. See if we can avoid that and mine at the same time. Of course, now we're in combat, we have to run out of the way. So let's do that. Oh, have you come back? Now you've evaded. There we go. The add-on that shows the routes status is called Roots. It's really good. And then GatherMate 2. What we'll do is I'll do a demonstration of routes when we go to a fresh new zone. So I'm going to go over to somewhere like Dread Wastes. Actually, no, let's go on to the next one up. We're going to do that one. And then we'll have a look at how it works. And I'll just do a quick demonstration of that, and then I'll go back and do a whole load of smelting. So we're heading north to Talong Steps. Oh, dodge the bullets. Wow, that's huge. The Thundering Run. See, I've missed so much of this. I want to go back and do all the story quests for it. Still need to smelt and transmute. Yes, I do. Okay. So there we are. Right, we're in Talong Steps. We've just gone past a mining zone, so... Oh, that's something different. What's that? Kyperite. What's Kyperite used for? 3 gold, 75 min buyout. Okay. And kill the rares as well. Will I be able to manage that at level 84? The walls here have NPCs on them that say Nightwatch quotes. Oh, really? That's brilliant. Prospecting. Okay. Right, so let's do a quick demonstration of routes whilst we're here. Many prospects from jewels, panther mounts. Okay, thank you. Right, so we've got here a fresh zone with no route in it. So here's my map with nothing. So you type in /routes, and it brings up the routes interface. So we're going to add in a new interface where it's got the zone we're in. So we're going to call this one ores. Click enter, and then we'll go and select what we want to create the route on, and we want to do mining. So we'll do all the mining nodes like that, ghost iron deposits and all the rich deposits, and then we'll click create route using the GatherMate 2 data. So now it makes the route. You can see the map's gone completely mental, and if you actually look at the map, you can see it. It's just like this big zigzag of things because it's not optimized at all yet. So then we go and type /roots again. And then we have a look at that route we just created, which is down here in Townlong Steps, and it's called Ores. So we click on that, and then you click on Optimize Route, and we need to cluster everything up so that it takes in the radius, the typical radius, because that's the detection radius of our tracking skills is 80 yards, so the cluster radius is 60 yards. So you click Cluster, and then what it will do is it will cluster everything together. But then what it also needs to do is optimize the route. So I turn on extra optimization and click on foreground to get it to process it in the foreground, and it'll just freeze the computer for a little while, especially on Mr. Potato. And then once it's done, you'll get your World of Warcraft back, and you'll see this map up on the top right be more organized. Okay, Costa. And there we go. So the path was built with 238 nodes. Then we look at the map, and now we've got a route all the way around. A bit of a wiggly route in some cases, but it takes you all the way around all the different islands and collects everything up. So there we go, that's the routes. I need to hearth back and do some smelting, so actually not a log out, hold on. Hearthstone back. That's off my... Where's my Hearthstone gone? Have I actually lost my Hearthstone again? I've put it in the bank by mistake. Ooh, that's not going to help. No need to tag the side top for the small one to the left. It's good to skip the others. The island, don't do those. Okay. Really like that add-on in BfA, yeah, definitely. Okay, so I have missed on my Hearthstone. I've accidentally put it in the... Oh yes, the Death Gate, of course. Even hold, and then where can I go after there? Are those added by GatherMate 2 data? Yes, that's right, Lucid Fox. Thank you, Biscuit. I forget how to be a Death Knight. There we go. Then you can use it again to get back to where I am now. Okay. And Evenhold has the port to Dalaran. Okay, and a flight point. Thank you very much. And then where is the Dalaran? Oh, we need to swap this back. There we go. You have 7,000 ores just from Townlong. Wow. It doesn't have a portal down unless you're level 100. Okay, thank you. Okay, well, we've got a flight point. And we can get to... Oh, we're miles away. Okay. Oh, you don't have the... Yeah. Okay. Yep, we don't have the Innkeeper's Daughter toy either. So we're fresh out of... work the other tune. Yeah, go back to Townlong and flight path. It might be quicker. Yeah, I think we might have to do that. I was playing around with moving things around in my bank, and I think I ended up putting my Hearthstone back in there. Going to have to fly the old-fashioned way. Yeah, it could be a problem. But we're going to do the... just fly to the nearest inn and get a new Hearthstone from the innkeeper. That is also an option, isn't it? Let's see where there might be an innkeeper. Let's go to the nearest flight point, which is just down here. Shadowpan Fallback or Battlefront Westwind Rest. That sounds like a good place. Let's head that way. Somewhere that says rest is a good idea. Hey Mazel Tov, how are you? If you set your flight path going, you can start a early tally. Did I sell it again? I think I just put it in the bank by mistake. I'm always doing something like that. Let's head over to this one. See what we can get. 476k for the 5 million. Excellent, Costa. That's fantastic. That's not long at all. I need to head this way. This looks like quite a dangerous place for me to be in. Looks like this isn't a place for resting. There's no flight path here. It looks like it's all burnt down. Okay. Did you import government activity from a particular place, or did I use the expansion drop down? I just took it from the add-on, I think. Really close to the Vale, go there. Oh, that is true, actually. That's just south, isn't it? See, this is me not knowing my way around Pandaria very well. There it is, over that direction, isn't it? Oh, did I miss you there, Mazeltov? Hello, how are you? Carnage Extreme, how are you? Finally happy to catch me live. Discovered my YouTube channel a week ago. Lovely content. Oh, that's very kind of you to say so. Thank you very much indeed. Paid your game time until January. Now to start work on the 5 million. Excellent, Captain E. This is where we want to go, isn't it? I've never been here on this character. Right, so Shrine of the Seven Stars. There's a flight path. Let's grab that whilst we're here. Okay. So portals from this direction will be... Oh, I always forget this way round. Is it to the right? Not sure if I got the right direction here. Celestial Vault. There's a banker. I'm not sure this is the right place. Oh no, there's a banker actually. Yeah, I can get it out of the bank. Good point. Well made. There it is. That's what I wanted. Excellent. Now we can Hearthstone. Thank you. Oh dear. Thank you everyone. What do webcams here have about 16th? If you want to have a beard off. Excellent, Baron, love it. Like the sound of that. Pulse on the other side, where I came around the other side. Okay, thought I was running past them. Nearly, Devon. Nearly. We sorted it all out in the end. Thank you everyone for your help. Okay. So, back in Stormwind. We're going to do some smelting, and then we're going to see if we can make some living steel. So, back to our mining. We're going to make ghost iron, 94 of them. So whilst that's being made, I'm just going to quickly grab some more water, and I'll come back. Oh wow, Master Ruby, thank you very much for the Prime sub. It's very kind of you, using your Prime. You now have the wonderful chef's hat to use at your disposal. I'm winning. No, I think I'm stuck at this growth. This is my terminal length, that's all I've got. But thank you, Master Ruby, for the sub. Very, very kind of you. Alright, lots and lots of ghost iron. Not sure how much we're going to make after this. Ghost iron ore currently is at 19 gold 20, and the ghost iron bars at 39 gold. the mat cost for Ghost Iron ore is actually at $14.99, which is my average purchase price. Not sure about coverage though. That's very true. Oh wow, Carnage Extreme also, thank you for your sub. We've got a right sub train going on, thank you very much. Everyone for your support today, it's been really amazing, so thank you all. Very kind of you. Meanwhile, I'm smelting away. Okay, last 5 to go, and then this is the thing between a transmute miner. So now that I've done the Ghost Iron, I don't have to bother sending them to another character. I can go straight to the transmute, go to the Trillium, make the Trillium, hope for some procs. There's 1, Trillium bar times 2. Who's going to start streaming? Any advice? Oh wow, loads of procs. Have fun and learn as you go. It's the same with anything in life, really. The same as making gold. Basically, do what you do and enjoy being the best you can be. That's all there is to it, really. Learn to talk to yourself. Something you struggle with. That's true. That I did actually get into doing a monologue. I mean, if you're at all interested, if you go to my YouTube channel and look at my streaming playlist, the Legion streaming one, that has all my streams right from back when I started a year ago. And you can see me there, just chatting, just talking with no viewers. That's how it all started. In fact, one of the first people to stop by my chat was actually Shin's Tales of Gold, who is currently playing Eve at the moment. So it just goes to show, you just have to keep at it and keep on working on what you would want to provide and what's good, and then go from there, really. Thanks for inspiring me. Just came back to WoW, and your goal is to make enough gold to pay for your WoW time. Wasn't sure you could do it, but after watching your videos, know it's possible. It's definitely possible, Carnage, and you've come back at a good time. So, welcome back. That's what you did for your first one. Yeah, definite struggle to keep talking. Yeah, it's a weird one. Weirdly, I'm not much of a talker in real life, but when it came to streaming, it was just something I just started saying what I was doing, and it just kept going from there. Should watch the early videos, very old school. Yeah, they are that, Commander Bond. Love a YouTube video that quickly summarises each of the methods you used to hit your goal sometime in the future. Oh, that's a good idea, Lucid Fox. Yeah, very, very much. Just takes time. Yeah, definitely. But it comes up once you start building it up. Start small and build it up. It just the gold will start flowing, definitely. Okay, whilst we did that, I need to switch to that. We can do 5 riddles of steel. So let's see if we can get some procs going with those. 1 living steel, 2 living steel, 3, 4, 5. No procs. Oh, that's a shame. Part that throws you off when you lays home behind you and talking to yourself. Feel like you sound insane. Yeah, that is a tricky one to get through. No worries, Karshin. Not having to see people you're talking to helps shy people. Yes, Master Ruby, that does. It's one of those things. I'm quite good at typing to typing and typing to talking and the other way around. But when it comes to talking, like face to face, that's where I feel I'm the weakest, definitely. But you doubt your comp would hack it. Really, Tanner? Well, I've been able to do it with Mr. Potato, and Mr. Potato was worse than this when we started. We had a 720 graphics card and 4 gigs of RAM, and I was still able to stream World of Warcraft. Your mouse has a rollable. That's how far back we're going. Okay, Tenor. That is Mr. Ancient Potato, definitely then. Do you have to take the rollerball out and clean all the gunk off it? I remember doing that. Oh, thank you, Super Knee, for the follow. 4 GB, that was a lot. Yeah, it's a rock at this point. Right, let's post this lot on. We only made 5 living steel, but that will do. Sometimes Gammy Mouse during a raid is no good. Yep, you have to go and scrape all the gunk off it. There we go, so 3,499. Let's post that on and get that done. Okay, so we've got those at least. So hopefully we can get some sales with those. What we'll then do is swap back to Samadan and see what the gold situation's like. Just on the stroke of midnight, in fact. Let's have a look. Watching your profits on the TSM dashboard has been going up by 10 to 20k a day. Very nice, very nice. Be soft setting the markets that you farm, like Ghost Iron, and making profit off all. That's the perfect way to start, Carnage. So you're right in there. Glofundelito, thank you very much for the follow. Yes, try some farming. Spirit of Harmony Farm soonish. Excellent. Yeah, Spirit of Harmony Farms are definitely good. Oh, thank you, Mazel Tov, for the cheer. Free BT spots. Free bit spots. Excellent. Thank you, Mazel Tov. Oh, we sold the Tome Evolutions Azeroth already. Wow. I need to put that on earlier. Okay, what's the mailbox looking like? What have we sold today? So we got the 30,000 from the pet sale. We got the 642 from the Sea Pony. And then we got the Tome of Illusions came through. We've also just sold another one. And then there's a few more enchant sales coming in. So a mix of pets and enchants tonight. We'll take that gold. Thank you very much. So, and looking at our auction house at the moment, currently we've got 7 sold auctions for 10,000 coming in. So what have we got? Hidden Satyr, Strength, Haste, Versatility and Claw, and a Tome of Illusions. So all enchants, all doing very well. We could probably do with a restock on those. Whilst we're here, have a look at Shalderai Silk. Now I have got a huge stockpile of this now. How much have we got? 8,800 Shalderai Silk. And there's even some cheaper stuff on here for under a gold. 5 stacks of 200. Let's take those first. So this is going to be converted at a later date. Silk Obsessions, yes, definitely so, Denny. And we're going to just pick up a few more of these, and then we can at least get these done a bit later. Brotdesu, thank you very much for the follow. And also Captain Spitfire, thank you also for the follow. Let's take all of those, and let's take this 30 as well. Let's clear it all out. Take all of that. I'm going to clear all of these. We've still got that 141 of 8 there at the moment. Now, tempting as it is to buy those up, they're too close to the 242 for me to bother with the time of doing all of those. Been using TSM for a week, 5k shy of 200,000 made so far. Very, very good, Captain Spitfire. Glad it's working out for you. We named a squirrel after you. Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you, Costa. That's made my day. That's brilliant. I hope the squirrel lives on to have a full and very distracted life. Okay, whilst we've got that on, I'm just going to do a quick check on enchanting restocks, and then we'll do the final gold tally. Let's take tailoring off and onto enchanting restock. Okay, Tome of Illusions, I'm going to leave those for now. and the soul fibril. We'll just do this lot first. 3 hidden satyrs, 2 binding of hastes, 1 versatility. There's a couple of cloaks in there. How am I doing for bloods? I've got 13 left, so I can at least make a couple more. Actually, no, I can't. We're running out of chaos crystals. I thought I already bought some. Okay, must have run out. Okay, I have got some somewhere, haven't I? Let's have a look. Legion enchanting materials. What do we have chaos crystal wise? Oh, it's a she, is it? Okay, fantastic. Samadan the squirrelet. That's brilliant. Okay, we got some cheaper ones. Sharing your fave green olives, stuffed with garlic. Very nice. Ley light's so cheap. Oh, we've got the cloak still on as well. That's why it's taking a bit longer. Okay, what have you got? Chaos crystals. I want the cheap ones, please. I'll take the 36. How many have I got? Have I actually run out? Yes, I've only got 6. So I'll take those, and I'll take all of these. Item was not found. Okay, try that one. I'll take those, and those, and those. And then get the 12, please. Take all of those, and then the 5. Take those. And then let's try the 3 of 1 again. Yeah, item was not found on that one either. Okay. How am I doing for ley light? Still got 1,638 arcana. So we'll leave that for now. 1 gold 79 for arcana is super cheap though. I'm just going to buy a couple of stacks of the 200 at 2 gold. There we go. That's just stocked up on my enchants that I'll need, because that's a future investment. We'll do that. Just like me, a redhead. Fantastic. So we're going to pick up all of this, and then at least we can craft the remainder. I would hope. Chaos crystals, yeah, we've got enough now. Let's go through that, do that. And that one. Those are done. And then I've got 27 seconds left on that, so we'll do a post of the new ones we just made. Lebq ribs I need to sort out. Enchant's going off. Agility's going for 3,300. That's a good price. So we could do with resetting those markets at one point. I'll leave them for now. I want to see what happens with BfA, whether the enchants pick up again. So I'm going to post them as they are for now. And then let's take all of the Shalderai silk. Now we could go and make a load of pantaloons, but that's going to take too long to do. So that's the sort of thing I'd want to just leave going at another time. So we'll ignore the gold we've invested into silk at the moment. Just shy of 10,000 silk. So 10,000 times 2 gold 42. I should be able to work that out easily. I just want to make sure I get my zeros correct. 24,000. Pop the picture in Discord. Ah, fantastic, Costa. Thank you. I'll have a look at that later. So we've got 24,000 at least in pantaloons there that we can turn into a profit, as well as the epics that we can make. So we won't add that into our gold tally at this point, but we'll add that in another one. So what I'm going to do, all bags, yeah. Bags, I haven't had any bag sales in a while actually. Need to get rid of those though. Let's throw them in the water. Okay. Let's have a look at the chart. So, the road to 5 million. Here it is. Let's just move this across a little bit. Let's type this in chat. If anyone wants to follow along, even though we're right at the end, you can repurpose this for a, if you wanted to, do a chart for getting a gold token each month, you could change this to 30 days and have a target just for the price of a gold token. That's worth doing sometimes. But what we've got here is my overall progress since the middle of May. And I've been putting in all my figures right towards the end, which we're here on the final days of BfA. Obviously, I don't think we're going to hit our target, but we're on the final stretch, 4,161,000. So today was a good day, 774 gold, which meant we earned today, copy and paste that in, 85,000, which is probably the first time in a long time. Actually, that's the most I've earned in any single day since I've been tracking the daily amounts. So that's pretty cool. So we had some good sales. Mainly that was the pet sale. There was a good 40,000 in there. But that has taken us into a very healthy notch there. I'm very happy about that. So, you know, we're obviously a ways off here, but when you're on that last million, that's kind of like one to count down towards. Do I have a blank spreadsheet available? I don't have one here, Carnage, but what I'll do is I'll have a look and see if I did make one for my son. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I just move this over so I don't end up going into the wrong place. File. Open. Hold on. Let me open this one. I've got another one here. This was done when WoW tokens on the EU side were 339. It doesn't have... oh, it does have a chart. There it goes. I've just got a couple of rough figures in there. Let me click the sharing link for this one. Oh no, hold on. Let's click done on that. Let's make it copy. And make a public copy of that. There you go, I can close that one down. And then I'm going to open this one up. Okay, share that one. There we go, click a shareable link. So this shareable link is for a WoW token spreadsheet, just like the other one. Let's paste that in. See if that one works for everyone. You let me know if that works. There we go. Click done. So that is a blank sheet that has everything up to, assuming a WoW token is 339. Let's move this over so everyone can see it. There we go. So this one would be if you wanted to use the sheet to get a WoW token. Obviously I just put in a couple of random figures in there, and the current target is based off of just doing a 339 divided by whatever. And so what I do to change this, let's say you wanted to change the WoW token price. Let's run through this so that if we can do it for someone. Now you could do a formula for this, but what I'll do is we'll go to the auction house. Look at the price of a token. Okay, it's 290k, is it? Okay, I was just about to look that up. So a WoW token, yeah, 290,000. So let's say you wanted to make it for 290,000. That's quite easy, really, because you take this figure and divide it by however many days, say 31 days. So what you do, let's say for instance you wanted to do it for 188k on NA. So let's say you wanted to change that figure. So you've got the number of days, which is 31, so 188,000. I haven't actually, Lucius Fox. I've seen them though. Divide that by the 31 days. Gives you 6,064 you'd need to make a day. So if you want to change that into this chart, so your target gold here, if you hold shift down and select all of those, you can clear all of those. And then your target gold at the beginning would be, so 6,064. Then what I ended up doing was doing one plus the other. So what I ended up doing, this is probably a complicated way of doing something. You could probably do this a bit easier, because then you can use this square to do the same thing again. So if I do, where's my sum gone? There's usually an icon for it. No, that's ruined that. Okay. Insert. No, that's not going to work. Let's do this one here. Sum, we can do it here. Sum of, what's that? C2 plus the same amount, 6,064. You could do this with the formula, it would be better. Equals, you need an equals here. There we go. So that says you're taking this and you're adding the same amount again. And so what you do then is take that and drag it down, and it does the same thing again and again and again. So what you do here is take that and drag it all the way down to the number of days you want to do, which is there, which takes you up to 187,984. So it's a little bit off the number, but then that gives you your line here into this chart. And then you start putting in your gold, say 30,000 gold on the next day, and then 10,000 gold. I don't know. Yeah, you probably spent some, so that's probably a bad idea. And then your line goes down like that, and then 50,000 gold, and it goes up like that. So there we go. That's a rough way of being able to tailor a spreadsheet. You could probably do that better. I'm sure there's formulas and stuff you can put in that will make that better, but that's the way I've learned how to do that on Google Spreadsheets. So hopefully that's useful to people. I'll leave that there for anyone to dissect if they want to. Right, okay. So that's our chart in and done. Did I miss anything else? 290 works fine, got that. Since you love spreadsheets and it's credible, use the TSM API. Yes, using the API is really good, much more advanced. The Roots one is called Roots. Yes, thank you. There we are. Good night, Costa. Thanks ever so much for your support and your timely reminders today. It's been a godsend for keeping me on track. So thank you. Might take that sheet and automate it with folders. Yes, Hal Rider. I think that would be the next thing to do. That's what I'd do. For me, I just went for a simple way of doing it because I knew I could do that drag thing. But formulas would be the next way forward, definitely. Because then you'd want to put in your token price and then do a formula and the number of days, and then you should be able to work that out quite easily. I mean, it's just like using TSM, really. Someone bought 100 heavy grinding, so for 80 gold. Very nice, Tanner. Very nice. No problem, Crazy Speaking Iguana. Glad it helped. And Mark Labracute, thank you very much for the follow. Good night, Big Andy. Thank you very much. Jokerdin, I have at the moment 4,161,000. And WK Moth, thank you very much for the sub using your Prime. Very, very kind of you. Let's you now have access to the chef's hat and make use of it as you want. Unfortunately, you've just caught me right at the end where I've just finished up everything, but thank you ever so much for your support. It really is appreciated. I am literally about to go and start finding someone to throw a host over to. We've done our gold tally for tonight, but as you just missed me, you can catch up on the VODs, or on YouTube when I put them on there. And I'm next going to be streaming on Sunday. So until then, I'll be trying to tick away at my gold making. I'll probably make a whole load of pantaloons and probably farm a few things, do sort of some of the more tedious things off stream. Protocon, thank you very much for the follow. Very, very kind of you. Let's see who we've got on. Now, someone who hasn't been on doing World of Warcraft for a long time is on, and that's Jet2014, who is also a very chill streamer and does gold making. So I think I'm going to send a host over to Jet. Let's go have a look. It's been a while since I've been able to host Jet. So I'm going to throw a host over. Thank you, Tana. That's very kind of you. And thank you all for stopping by. Your company has been most appreciated. Jet and 2014. I can't spell. 2014. Oh, thank you, W came off as well for the follow as well. Really kind of you. Apologies, you just caught me at the end, but thank you again. So until next time, have a wonderful time gold making. Looking forward to Battle for Azeroth coming out very, very soon. So I shall see you all Sunday night. Until then, good night, farewell, and let's send some love over to Jet.